The woman who accused Jay-Z of sexual assault has already dropped her lawsuit. But now, for the first time, you're going to hear the story behind the bombshell accusation that has since been withdrawn. Jay-Z's lawyer says it should put to rest any doubt about his innocence.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Jane Doe who accused Sean P. Diddy Combs and Sean Jay-Z Carter of sexual assault in the year 2000 when she was just 13 years old at an MTV Video Music Awards after party. Now, this lawsuit, never a criminal case, but this lawsuit was dismissed February of this year, right around 30 days ago. Jay-Z, however, is not satisfied with the lawsuit being voluntarily dismissed by the Jane Doe. He is suing for defamation. How dare you accuse me of this? I would never do anything. You are trying to drag my name in the mud, or you tried to drag my name in the mud to get some money. You did cause me damage. Now I'm going to sue for defamation. His lawsuit may have some legs because we got some new audio from the Jane Doe. In one tape, she says that Jay-Z did not do anything to her. In the other tape, she says she never said that. Now, if you have one recording saying one thing and another one denying the other recording, at a certain point, you're lying. I'm not sure which one it is, although I have my opinion. Now, before I go any further, let's get to the actual video here. If you want to see or hear this clip in full without my commentary, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
An ABC News exclusive interview with Jay-Z's attorney, as the hip-hop superstar is now suing a woman for defamation, saying she falsely accused him of assault. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersi spoke with him. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, George. The woman who accused Jay-Z of sexual assault has already dropped her lawsuit. But now, for the first time, you're going to hear the story behind the bombshell accusation that has since been withdrawn. Jay-Z's lawyer says it should put to rest any doubt about his innocence. This morning, the woman who said she was 13 when Sean Jay-Z Carter and Sean Diddy Combs sexually assaulted her after the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards is heard talking to private investigators about her claim and agreeing that Jay-Z did not assault her.
But Jay-Z you're saying he was definitely there? But he had no part in it, or he was just...
He was there. He was just there, but he didn't have anything to do with any sexual acts towards you. It was strictly, yeah.
The woman.
Now, I got to pause right here. When she says that Jay-Z was there, where is there? At the after party with all the other celebrities? Or was it a private residence, a hotel? Like, where is there? Because that's a pretty important piece of information. Because if he's at a party with everybody else, then that's not saying anything. But if him and Puff took you to a particular place off campus, so to speak, and then something happens, that's completely different.
The woman is also heard saying her lawyer put her up to suing one of the world's most recognizable stars.
He was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him.
With Jay-Z. Busby did?
Yeah.
And you know what? Tony Busby, I've been saying this from the beginning. Tony Busby is an ambulance chaser. Tony Busby is the guy who was behind the whole Deshaun Watson kerfuffle. Remember, there was like 24 women who accused him of some kind of assault or harassment. Personal trainers talking about he was asking for a little bit too much on the table. So these women wound up getting a bunch of money from the lawsuit settlement. But there was never a criminal allegation against Deshaun Watson, and he's still playing football. And you know, the one thing that really let me know that Busby is an ambulance chaser, there's quite a few things, but one big thing with Deshaun Watson, he brought 10 of the accusers to a Cleveland Browns football game while Deshaun Watson was playing. Why would you do that? Why would you want to go to your assaulter's football game? Make it make sense.
Do you know why?
No.
ABC.
I know why. Well, I have my opinion because I ain't trying to get sued. Hey, Tony Busby, I don't got no money, so don't try to ambulance chase me, bro. I don't got nothing. I am broke. I am one video away from being homeless. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, my opinion is that Jay-Z was brought onto it because he has money. He's a big target. And it's easy to link Jay-Z to Puff. Okay, if Puff did something, it's believable. You say Puff hit JFK. That's believable. Okay. So when you bring Jay-Z into it, it makes it more believable. If it was just Jay-Z by himself, the lawsuit wouldn't have probably gotten any attention at all, because I've never heard anything about Jay-Z doing anything crazy. But we all saw Puff Daddy beat up Cassie on camera. We all know about Bill Cosby doing what he did. We all know about Harvey Weinstein doing what he did. But here's something else before I continue. Harvey Weinstein, Puff, Bill Cosby all got locked up. Jay-Z never.
ABC News exclusively obtained a minute-long excerpt of the recording made days after the woman identified as Jane Doe permanently dropped her lawsuit against both Carter and Combs last month.
The people around Mr. Carter wanted to know what happened behind closed doors. And so they asked for her to be interviewed. The interview occurred, and the tape speaks for itself. She says, in no uncertain terms, Mr. Carter did not do this. It is effectively a lie. And the only reason Mr. Carter is even involved in this is because she was pushed to involve him, pushed to include him by a lawyer.
Now, some are going to say this is Jay-Z's people getting to her and pressuring her to change her statement. I mean, that's an argument. That's an argument that you can make. But I'm still not believing that Jay-Z was involved with this.
Accuser's lawyer, Tony Busby, called it a blatant lie that he pushed Jane Doe to sue Jay-Z, and he sent us this recording of a phone call with his client.
They say that they have you on tape denying that Jay-Z assaulted you. Is that true?
No. They don't. I've never said that.
Okay. They also say that you told them, and they have it on tape, that I, Tony Busby, told you to came up with this plan and told you to say that Jay-Z assaulted you so you would get more money.
No.
Jane Doe said in a court filing, although I ultimately chose not to pursue them, I stand by my claims.
Okay, so you launch a lawsuit against two guys accusing them of sexual assault. You say they did it, but then you retract the lawsuit. So, I mean, which one is it? Were you assaulted or were you not assaulted? And stuff like this makes it hard for real assault victims to come forward, because it's this whole thing about, well, did that really happen to you? Are we really going to believe you? Stuff like this I don't like. And I think that if you say something like this, have some evidence, and the biggest piece is go to the police. Sexual assault on a minor, go to the police and get them locked up. If you don't go to the police and you go straight to an ambulance chaser, I'm having a hard time believing your story.
She says in a sworn declaration that she felt intimidated and terrified at being confronted by these two individuals on my doorstep. Was she coerced in any way?
Of course not. They did not coerce her, promise or threaten her in any way, shape, or form. She voluntarily met and spoke to them, and she told them her truth.
Now let's pause right here. If you got two guys that walk up on the doorstep and then they're asking you questions about this particular thing, that can be very intimidating. I will say that.
Which was, under no circumstances did Mr. Carter do this. And number two, the only reason he's even involved in this is she was pushed to introduce him by a lawyer.
Does your client know Jane Doe?
No.
Ever met her?
No, Mr. Carter doesn't know Jane Doe, never met Jane Doe. There's no truth to any of this.
DA wanna box me in, but somehow I beat them charges like Rocky.
One of the world's best-selling artists with more than 140 million albums sold, Jay-Z is also husband to Beyonce and a father of three.
Like we from Lagos, Mansa Musa reincarnated. We on our levels, that's a
He vehemently denied the allegations at the outset. He spoke about the painful impact that they had, especially on his kids. How as a father, has he tried to handle this?
It's tough to hear a false lie said about you, spread through the internet, and affecting your children. It's tough on him. It's tough on anybody. But what he does is he proves himself innocent. Today is hopefully the final chapter in that, and then they're going to move forward. That's what Jay does.
Jay-Z is now suing Jane Doe and her lawyer for defamation. Why not let it lie? The case is going.
Now, here's the other piece of that. I want that this is a great way to close this particular video out, because I was just thinking, if it is true that Jay-Z sent some goons to her house to intimidate her to get the lawsuit dropped, then why would he continue with this? Because logically, the lawyer got to know it, Jay-Z got to know it. If you did something like that, if you sent some goons after her to intimidate her, that's going to come out and it's going to damage you more than the allegation did. So it wouldn't make any sense for you to threaten her and then at the same time continue the court action against her.
Gone.
The truth had to fully come out. This person cannot be allowed to sort of hide from the reality that this was a false accusation.
Well,
all right, so there it is. I'll link to the video again in the box. But yeah, so Jay-Z, I mean, the whole thing with the PIs at the house, I'm not really cool with that necessarily. But I still don't believe that Jay-Z did this. I think that Puff has done some stuff, but that doesn't mean that Jay-Z has done anything. What's happening right now as I close is people see a vulnerable Puff locked up in the federal detention center with Sam Bankman-Fried, about to get sent to the penitentiary, Big Rocks, Little Rocks. They see him being vulnerable, and they saw really all of this started when the Cassie lawsuit happened. The rumor was he paid her $30 million to settle a lawsuit. Once that happened, now, okay, he did this to me, he did that to me, and let's include other people in the lawsuit. There was another case, another allegation involving Puff assaulting somebody in 2018, I believe in California, and they said Odell Beckham Jr. and Drewski were involved. Now, Drewski, if you don't know what that is like a social media influencer, comedian. This guy was not even famous in 2018. He became famous during the pandemic, like 2020, 2021. You see what I'm saying? But because it's Puff and it's a party and famous, that means he did it. I'm not really buying that. I think that there should be a criminal complaint when somebody says that there was an assault. Let's do some fact finding, information gathering, rather than just saying he did this to me, putting an accusation out there, damaging somebody when it could be 100% false. I don't like that practice at all. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Jay-Z did this? And the reason why the lawsuit got dropped against him and Puff, by the way, is because Jay-Z sent some goons to threaten the person or intimidate him. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. Tony Busby, in my opinion, is the common denominator here. He is the issue. He is a problem. Come on, you taking 10 women who accused Deshaun Watson of assaulting them to a Browns game when he's playing. You have a big 1-800 number behind you at a press conference talking about Puff. It just screams ambulance chaser. I'm trying to get some money. And why is a lawyer in Texas representing victims in New York City and things of this nature? This guy is having a hard time being able to practice in New York City. It's a whole big mess. Listen, if something happened, go to the police and or go to a more reputable lawyer than this ambulance chaser, Tony Busby. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.